Hello there, Capricorn, and welcome to your monthly reading. Really great to see you again, and I hope that this month has already gotten off to a good start for you. Now, if you're brand new, I just want to remind you that you can use this for your sun, your rising, and your moon sign. If you're returning, I want to say thank you so much. For the new folks, though, just a quick note on how I organize this. I begin with channeled information. Then I look at a Celtic cross, which shows me everything on a high level that's coming through for you over the course of the month. And then I'll delve a little bit deeper in the expanded forecast and look at health, wealth, love, and destiny. Now, let's talk about your channeled information this month. When I was tuning into your sign and doing some automatic writing, I got the following message for you. Try not to rush whatever is going on in your life right now. Really be in the moment. Try to sleep on things if you have big decisions. Only move forward when it feels right in your mind, in your body, and your spirit. I say this because if you rush, there could be some second thoughts or some regrets. And if you really pay attention to how you feel, then you're not going to need that reassurance once you've made your decision. But sometimes I don't know about you, but sometimes when I have a good night's sleep, I'll either get some additional insight while I'm sleeping, I can work out a problem, or I wake up with a really fresh mind the next day, and whatever it was that was vexing me is much, much easier to deal with. For you, I was getting that idea of just resting, sleeping, and I saw like the moon. So I'm going to associate that with your intuition, with getting a good night's sleep, and really listening to your emotional side since the moon is attached to that. All right, let's go ahead now and take a look and see what the cards have to say. I'm going to turn the camera down, and I'm usually quiet at this point because I want to pay attention to everything just like you. After that, I will expand the forecast. In addition to the Celtic cross, I use one more card that I call a catalyst card. It's a connective thread. It's also a way to maximize the opportunity of the month. Your catalyst this month is the Three of Pentacles. And what I really like about this Three of Pentacles card is it's showing progression, growth and opportunity, and eventually for some of you, recognition. So this month is bringing all of those things despite the fact that there's some significant change at the center here. When we look back at the cards here, your central card is Page of Wands. This can start off as a big idea, an announcement, or a new opportunity that's coming through. This has a pretty big effect on your life in general, but you get to say if you want to do this or not. In fact, I think that's why I was saying make sure that you sleep on your decisions or sleep on whatever it is that you want to do. And when I say that, that basically just means resting, considering it, giving something a day, a week, probably not more than that, but taking enough time so that you can weigh all options. When I'm looking at deep past for you, for me, usually the 8 and the 3 of Pentacles show sort of a progression from training to accomplishment and recognition, sometimes promotion or graduation with the 3 of Pentacles. I think you've done the work. A lot of you have either gone to school, been paying your dues, you've been waiting, and I feel like there's an opportunity that opens up for many of you in the area of work or recognition that is going to be very enticing. And there's a lot of really great things about this opportunity for those of you that this applies to that I think make it worth your while. For some of you, there may be a challenge of age. Either you're maybe slightly younger or older than what the expected age was for this position, if it's a job or some sort of a leadership opportunity. Don't let that hold you back, though, because when I'm looking at your overall energy, it feels like you have the ability to really manage anything that comes your way if you put your mind to it. So I'm excited for many of you. It feels like positive movement with money this month. Sometimes people get scared when they see the tower. I like to remind them it's all about the context, the placement, and where it is. The tower here is nothing more than an indication of the shift that's going to happen if you make a decision. And what I see here right now is many of you are at a point where your money situation is sort of pushing you to do something more. You might be looking for new jobs. You may have just added to your family and you want to support that family better, or you might just want to plan for your future. But what I'm seeing is a sense of uncertainty where you're at. So all of the indications that I'm seeing here are, for those of you that are looking to make a move, it looks like a really good one. Looking at aspects of your personality, because it's not always about work, it can also be about love and relationships. For those of you in a relationship, there could be a breakup happening. The Justice card, though, when it's in its upright position, can be read either way. Sometimes it's about deciding, do we still want to be together? But you get to work it out potentially with a therapist. But what I'm seeing here with the Page of Cups in reverse, I do feel like there's an imbalance with emotions and with love this month. If you're not feeling it, it's quite possible that your partner is feeling it. So you want to spend some time, especially in friendships and in relationships and marriages, kind of making sure that everybody feels like they have a seat at the table, they're being listened to, that they're important. I think that a lot of you have been putting maybe too much in energy and effort in work, and this is a chance for you this month to balance things, because for me, Justice isn't just about decisions. She is about balancing things in your life, making better choices. So if that's the case, this can be a chance for you to do just that. When we're looking at other things this month, I want you to continue to multitask. It looks like you're doing a great job of balancing everything, but if somebody comes in and offers their help, maybe you want to accept it this month. The Seven of Wands sometimes gets either too bossy or takes on too much, and then that can lead to exhaustion, or sometimes feeling like, or people that are around you feel like you just aren't welcoming or allowing them to also participate. So stay open, delegate if you can, and what I really want you to focus on this month is the theme of recovery, because your environment card is the Seven of Pentacles, which has to do with improvement in all resources, time, energy, money, also health, because when I look at your energy, it's about your vitality. So the best investment you can make this month is in yourself and your life. So take a look at all of those areas and see, where is it that I need to be focusing a little bit more? Now, anything that you put into work, it really feels like you get a nice return on it when I look at opportunities here. The only thing that some of you are having a hard time with this month is trust. And I do feel like part of the reason you may be looking to get out of a situation could be the behavior of others, because I see there are some people behaving badly around you, and if that's the case, then I support the shift, the movement. And I think what you want to do if you're moving away from something that's either toxic or not supportive is to remember that this is something for your highest good, for the highest good of the people that are at this organization, and that you don't have to wrap it up in a pretty bow. Sometimes we just have to do what's right for us and trust that everyone's going to understand that in the end. So if you're needing to make that move, just be as honest and transparent as possible. The only thing I don't like about the Seven of Swords is there's a sense of sneaking around with this card. So if people in your life are doing that, you want to call them out and just let them know that you're okay with anything as long as people are completely open and honest with you. And then lead by example. If there's stuff that you need to talk about, things that you need to do, just go ahead and say what's on your mind and allow the truth to not only set you free, but set an example and let people know that there's nothing to hide or fear if you're being transparent. All right, let's take a look now at your health card this month as we expand the forecast. For me, the health card is a combination of mind, body, and spirit. Give it a good shuffle and see what the message is for you. This card volunteered right on the top. So we have health and healing this month, which shows me that for those of you that have been wanting to make a recovery, just as I saw with the Seven of Pentacles card here, it is possible. The card was reversed when I pulled it, which shows me for some of you a reluctance or a hesitancy when it comes to that. I also see a lot of attention here to the heart center, so I want you to pay special attention to cardiovascular activities, heart health, making sure your blood and cholesterol levels are in check, and making an appointment with your doctor, of course, before you make any major decisions in that area. All right, let's take a look at your wealth card. For me, wealth includes both your money and also your opportunities in your life. For those of you in school, it could be growth opportunities. For those of you in work, advancement, and overall, it can be themes about your experience between how you feel about your money and how money's coming into your life. What we have here is Magician, and it says Magician and the Mirror. So What I like about this particular card is it's showing that whatever you project out to the world is what gets mirrored back to you. And I want you to feel like you can work through the problems this month. A magician is able to fix, to adjust, to bring some sense of order to things, but it only works, a magician's only effective if they believe in their own magic. So I want you to believe that whatever's going on, whenever I see Seven of Pentacles, it's usually about recovery, either growing what you have so it's better, or taking care of things that haven't quite met your expectations so that you're happy. Believe you can do it, and you can become this King of Pentacles, someone who has abundance, wealth, and opportunity. So believing in yourself is going to be really key, and also thinking positively about what you've learned from your past experiences, be they positive or negative. It doesn't matter. What's important right now is that you trust yourself and you trust the knowledge that it's leading you in a right direction. Let's tune in now to your love, seeing how the relationships are looking with family members, friends, or loved ones. Let's see what the high-level message for all love relationships is this month. We have two cards that came, so I'm going to read them both. The first one was breaking a new trail. It says a breakthrough is at hand. So for those of you that are in a difficult period right now, this fits nicely with the Tower card. Sometimes you have to just shake things up. Sometimes you have to speak your truth. It might be about stepping away from a relationship, getting a divorce. For those of you that are in a business relationship that didn't go the way you wanted, it might be about bringing action so that, you know, the other person does what they said they would do. Let's see what the underlying card is here. We have discovering the truth. So it's important. For some of you, there is some investigation to do this month, especially if you're, if there's a legal case, if you're in business, or if you feel like there's something going on that you need to learn. This also sits nicely with the Seven of Swords, which, as I said, is uncovering hidden truths or activities that you might think are going on. So for some of you, that could be getting an investigator involved. For the rest of you, it could just be about digging deeper in your own heart, because these can just be very symbolic cards here. So discovering what truly makes you happy. You have to do the work on yourself, though, first. And what it says here is that you stand in the light of truth. And I really want us to kind of end this particular section on that, which is once you have discovered what the truth is, then you can move on. You don't want to hold on to things. And I think that's the key takeaway there. All right, let's expand the forecast now to include the final card here, which is your destiny. And destiny is simply a GPS. It's your chance to enact free will on your life. If you like where you're going, you stay put. If you don't, you change accordingly. So this card says the Diamond Dreamer. Focus on material wealth and true prosperity. What I see with this is the future is as bright as you would like to make it. It can be as weighted down in the physical, or it can be as elevated in the metaphysical as you would like it as well. The key thing here is just the word prosperity. So I want you to welcome in the abundance, be clear on what you want, and know that material wealth is just that, material. It's not going to go with you in the etheric plane. It'll help make life easier here, but I really want you to focus on success from the inside out. The material usually follows the interior. So we'll focus on this, and then exterior will follow suit. All right, let's go ahead now and summarize everything that we talked about. We'll begin again with the channeled information, which was telling you not to rush, to take your time, to sleep on things if you need to, moving forward only when you feel that you have all of the information. As we looked at some of these additional cards, that makes sense because there may be some time needed to unearth certain truths that need to come out. So take your time, do the proper investigation, do the research, and you're going to feel much better when all of that is finished. Your catalyst was optimistic. It's the Three of Pentacles, showing that your hard work is going to pay off in the form of either money or opportunity or recognition. Looking at the spread of cards here at the Celtic Cross, again, there's a big idea that's central to the whole theme here. I want you to stay true to that. That can be your dream, your goals, or something that you've discovered about yourself. Whatever it is, it has a big effect on your life. And it looks like this month is about change and shifting things. It could be changing your experience with your wealth, becoming more prosperous, breaking up, or getting together with someone, or bringing some sort of a legal action. But I see big shifts coming with worth, self-worth, and particularly how they relate to relationships. The Emperor card, which we didn't talk at great length about it initially, is really about making sure that you're at the center of all of this. You are the initiator, you're in control, you're signing the bills, you're looking at everything. I feel like the work you've done is paying off. You have to trust in that. And if there's anything going on that is making you uneasy with the Seven of Swords here, then fight for what's important. Justice and the Seven of Wands are about fighting the good fight. So if you need to, go ahead and do that. Expanding the forecast, really focus on health and healing this month, and that was what I see in the environment. It's not just with your money, it's with your mind, your body, your spirit as well. When we're looking, though, a little bit more at your money, we have this Magician and the Mirror card. I want you to lead by example. What you put out comes back, and I also want you to know that how you feel about yourself, it's reflected back as well. We talked at pretty good length about what's coming through with relationships, that you'll discover some things about yourself and others, and this truth is going to set you free. Stand in the light of that truth, stay true to that truth, and if you do that, then whatever decisions you make will be supported by the universe and will really bring about your highest good. The final card, your Destiny, is a little bit of a warning here about the material wealth and prosperity. It's there, it's something that you can achieve, but what's important is that you're feeling this worth and growth from within. That's what you take with you. It's not necessarily the wealth. But what I will say is if you're feeling like you need more and you're worried about, am I going to have enough? I want you to start to believe that it's coming, because if you don't believe it, nobody else will believe it. So that summarizes everything for this month, and it brings this reading to a close. But just remember, I'm here for you all month. If there's ever something that pops up and you'd like to have a one-on-one reading, feel free to reach out. You can look at the first link below the video, and that will outline all of my rates and availability. Right underneath that link, you'll see something that allows for you to give back to the channel. If this helped you on any small level and you want to give back, I have small donation fees, like you can do $1 one time or a recurring, and that makes a big impact, and it really helps me do these videos from month to month. So you don't have to do it all the time, but if you really got something out of this, consider doing that. It's less than a cost of a coffee or a bagel, and it really helps everybody, myself included, with these videos. More importantly, I'd just like you to stay connected. The third link allows you to connect to me on my social media networks, so feel free to join me on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, or my newsletter, and that link will outline all of those for you as well. Now, my favorite part is this end piece here, which is really what are we doing here? It's not just about what's going on each month. I'm hoping that as you watch this over the course, for many of you, of 3 or 4 years, you've started to grow, understand more about your intuition, feel a little bit deeper about what's going on within your mind, your body, and your spirit. And if you're doing that, then you just made my whole year, and I'm really happy to hear that. And what I'm trying to do is kind of bring up the light, bring up the frequency on the planet, and just you caring enough about yourself to listen to the video and work on yourself is making a difference. So this month, if you're inspired to do so, I'm challenging you to try to do one unconditional act of love towards someone in your life. And it should just be something that you feel from within. It can be a hug, it can be taking someone out to eat, it can be calling someone up because they've had a hard day. Whatever it is, do something kind one time for someone this month. If we all do that, it'll have a wonderful effect on the world. And like I've said before, this is how we create that chain of light. This is how we can all become lighthouses. This is how this world can be a much more beautiful place. So I'm sending you hope, love, and light now and always. Take care of yourselves. Keep in touch. Much love now and always.